Most people announce their goals before taking a single step. Every time you post a plan, drop a hint, or fish for validation, you are actively killing your own drive to succeed. This diagram maps the nervous system response when you talk about your ambitions. Your brain releases dopamine, a chemical messenger that provides pleasure and reward. The moment you speak, the dopamine meter spikes. Your brain logs the social applause as an achievement, and your motivation to execute the task flatlines. Social media platforms are engineered to exploit this biological vulnerability. They demand constant status updates and encourage superficial networking to keep you accessible, distracted, and weak. Performing for a crowd is a self-imposed cage. True power requires seeing the mechanism for what it is and intentionally stepping off the stage to work in the dark. This graph visualizes the threshold of irreversibility, the exact moment a mind stops weighing options and commits to absolute execution. The chaotic wave of deliberation drops off a cliff into a perfectly flat line of decision. Notice how that flat line stretches into the darkness. Crossing this threshold happens in total silence. There are no dramatic arguments or loud declarations. It is the quiet moment a mental bridge burns, and the pathway that once connected you to a distraction simply disappears. The clinical psychologist Jordan Peterson notes that some forms of silence are the physical manifestation of a final decision that has already been made. Disappearing from the noise is the ultimate assertion of autonomy. It proves that preserving your own peace of mind matters infinitely more than entertaining an audience. Competence is forged in isolation, while the majority exhausts their energy on visibility. This is the brutal process of building physical and mental skills in complete silence. The psychologist Dr. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi identified a cognitive state called flow. Flow is a physiological condition of deep, effortless focus. It can only be unlocked when you guarantee an absolute lack of interruption. Many leverage the 4 a.m. window to achieve this. Author Tony Robbins emphasizes that mastering isolation requires a physiological shift. You have to actively wake the brain up and change your body's physical state to handle the heavy cognitive load of the early morning. This constructed solitude acts as an impenetrable shield. It naturally deflects external expectations, social obligations, and the emotional manipulation that drags most people down. Discipline is the quiet, clinical reliability of executing tasks in the dark, every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Eventually, former peers will try to pull you back. They will poke at your boundaries, attempt to provoke a reaction, and try to drag you back into their familiar drama to feed off your energy. Offering zero emotional feedback effectively transforms you into a concrete wall. No anger, no defense, no negotiation. Depriving a manipulator of the reaction they expect forces them to over-explain. In that vacuum of silence, they panic and inevitably expose their own hidden agendas. Winston Churchill understood this dynamic perfectly, observing that superior mental strategy will permanently defeat emotional reaction. Absolute emotional detachment functions as supreme operational efficiency. It protects your time from those who disrespect a mission. The people who doubted you often needed you to fail. Your collapse would have justified their own mediocre choices and made their comfortable lives feel secure. By vanishing and refusing to engage, you dismantled their predicted narrative. They expected you to crumble, and instead, they are left swinging at empty air. Operating entirely without the desire for external approval generates profound intimidation. When you do not need someone's validation to function, you strip away their leverage over you. The physicist Albert Einstein noted that problems cannot be solved with the same thinking that created them. Unconventional intellect consistently outmaneuvers loud, traditional authority. By refusing to play their game or beg for their attention, you inadvertently become the exact thing they fear and obsess over most, someone they cannot control. When you finally resurface, it induces quiet terror in the doubters. This evolution carries you entirely past them, rendering the old connection impossible to restore. Insults, betrayals, and manipulation are repurposed as raw fuel for physical and mental expansion. You enter spaces with an entirely different posture. It is a quiet, unbreakable confidence demanding respect through pure competence rather than volume or charm. The people who tried to keep you small are now completely irrelevant to your future. They are ghost towns in your rearview mirror.